I'm Steve Kersten. I'm the owner and president of two manufacturing companies located in Chicago. The original business that was started by my father and my grandfather is called Water Saver Faucet Company. We manufacture faucets and valves that are used in science laboratories. We knew that as the businesses continued to grow, we were going to have to address our space constraints. The PMD was created, after we were already here. So we viewed it as a very good thing. Over the years we had watched as residential development had gone on around us, and we knew that we wouldn't be able to stay in Chicago and at this location if we were surrounded by residential development. If we had relocated away from this location, whichever direction we went in, we ran the risk of losing people who worked here, who would not be able to commute or travel to a different location. And I was very, very reluctant to do that. We have a lot of people here who've been with us for a long time, who know our business very, very well, who are very dedicated to the well-being of the company. And I just couldn't bear the thought of jeopardizing those people. And I would say the lead counsel was really invaluable in facilitating our staying here. We started working with the lead counsel maybe 12 years ago, and I think Mike Holzer called and asked to meet with me to discuss the plans for the planned manufacturing district, get our views on it, and acquaint us with what the lead counsel does and is all about.
If you build it, they will come. In many cases, the best argument is to build it for those who need it. We court a lot of local businesses who are on an expansion trajectory, and we keep track of those businesses, and we try to match them with available space in our area. Oftentimes that space is being speculated upon by a developer who's purchased it or who is effectively keeping it off the market. In those cases, we'll have to organize to influence the development of that particular site. Membership is to the lead counsel is important for several reasons. Companies join to get a voice. They want a say-so in area development issues, in zoning issues, in what's happening in the neighborhood. They have a problem in the neighborhood. They hear about us through their neighbors who've been members for years, and they say you should, their neighbor says you should go to the lead counsel. They can help you solve that issue.
My name is Bigane Wilson. I'm president of Bigane Paving Company. We're a fourth generation family firm founded in 1907 by my great-grandfather. As the business continued to grow and it became evident that we were going to need some additional space, we worked with lead counsel in the acquisition of an additional 2.5 acres. One of the things that we worked a lot with lead counsel on was when we first bought the site, this plant had not been up for that long and hadn't been really active. There's a townhouse development that is just beyond the viaduct that had been the former Universal Statuary site. Once that development was complete, we received a lot of complaints from the neighbors about the amount of the truck traffic and the time of day that the trucks would come in and out of the plant. So when the opportunity came to buy a piece of the former paperboard site, the residents were fully supportive of what we wanted to do, because it gave us a way to queue up the trucks so that we did not back up onto the public right away. And I think it was a really unique example of not only of local residents working with industry, working with the alderman's office, and working with lead counsel to find a solution that worked for everyone.
Hello, I'm Brian Benzer. I'm the Vice President of Corporate Development at SRAM. SRAM manufactures bicycle components in factories all over the world. And in Chicago, this is our headquarters. About 50% or more of SRAM's employee population here will ride to work. So it's very important to have safe roads and infrastructure for our employees to ride to work in. But we were having some serious problems on Kingsbury because of the railroad tracks that had been there for probably 100 years. They're completely unused generally. we did a survey of our employees and found out that at least 50 of our employees had gone down on those tracks in biking accidents, and 19 of them had relatively serious injuries. And of course, you can extrapolate from there how many non-SRAM employees have had the same problem on bikes. So working with LEAD and the Infrastructure Task Force, LEAD was able to work with the city to facilitate removal of the tracks, which of course is in process as we speak. But we couldn't have done it without LEAD, and it's crucial to our employee base.